So yeah, so we're going to get started, but we're going to do something a little different. I want to kind of review where we've been, because some of you have been on previous sessions, and I got to make sure everyone's muted. Everyone should be muted. So here's what happens is I love to build on the personal growth. And first of all, for those of you that don't know me, I am Maria Bradfield. I am a certified high performance coach. I'm a John Maxwell certified speaker, coach, and trainer. I'm also a law of attraction life coach. So I am very much engaged in the personal growth journey. And so over the course of the next 30 to 40 minutes, today, we're going to build on what we've been talking about. Now, some of you have been with us and some of you have not been with us. And so what I want to do today is I want to make sure that you know some of the topics we've been covering, because we talked a few weeks ago about the pathways to change and how we make changes in our lives. And the first thing we have to do is become aware of it. That's the first thing. It's awareness. And then acceptance, and then accountability, and then taking massive action. So those are the pathways, if you will, to making change. And I have to say, I honor you all for being here today, because that tells me that you are so I would say so ingrained in your personal growth and development. And I honor that. And I say, cheers to you. Cheers to you, because 95% of the population chooses not to, and they stay stagnant and they stay in mediocrity. And so knowing that you are the few, the exception, I honor you. So now I want to start today off a little different. I want to give you some things. If you have a piece of paper, I'd like you to just jot some things down, and it's all about you. And if you're on a phone, just put it in your notes in your phone, because I always want you to know always that no matter what happens in your life, I believe in you. I believe in your capability to be better, to do more, and ultimately to have more in your life. So I want you to write this down. I'm great because. I'm great because. And so we're going to, I'm going to let you fill in the blanks on some sentences I'm going to give you, but it's I'm great because. And this is a great exercise, not only to do with oneself, but also to share with your family. Because sometimes we're always focused on the negative aspects of our life. And I come from a place of positive energy and positive spirit. And I know that can be overwhelming for some at times, but I choose to be a 10 every day. Live my life as a 10 every day. It's a choice. So here's the thing. Write this down. I like who I am because. I like who I am because. And whatever it is for you, I'm confident, I'm comfortable, I'm smart, I'm good looking, I'm gorgeous, I'm skinny, whatever it is. Add that to your little your notepad there. And then I want you to say, I'm super at whatever that is. I'm super at connecting with people. I'm super at analytics. I'm super at mechanics. I'm super at eating. I'm super at cooking, whatever it is. Write those down. And then the third thing is, I feel really good about my relationship, my intelligence, my sense of humor, whatever it is for you, whatever that is. And then the final thing I'd like you to write down, because I know we only have so much time, because I have a whole bunch more, but I wanted to start today off with something different. And then finally, somewhere I feel happy is. Somewhere I feel happy is. Could be downtown, could be the beach, could be in your truck, could be on the golf course, wherever that is for you that makes you happy. I feel happy is. And the reason I go through these exercises with you is because we are always looking at the good things in our lives. We are looking at the positive aspects of our life. I like who I am because I'm comfortable, I'm confident, I'm energetic, I'm inspiring, I'm fun, I'm passionate. So that's the language that I use with myself. And that's the language that I'd like you to use with yourself. Because the language we tell ourselves, it is what gets embedded in our brain. And if we say, I'm stupid, if we say I'm old, if we say I'm tired, repeating that enough over and over again, your mind only knows how to react with what you say to it. So it is going to start believing that. So when we put positive thoughts into our mind, we are connecting and recreating neural pathways that are going to just permeate throughout your whole body. So let's use positive words. So I wanted to start off today with that little exercise. And I know I don't know where you are in the world, but like I said earlier, it's cold here and a lot of us are cold. I know we got people from Georgia and Northern California, Southern California, and wherever else you're coming from. I honor you that it's cold. Now, so we talked about 2 weeks ago, we talked about mindset and we talked about the brains, if you remember what they were, the robot brain, the monkey brain, and the sage brain. And all of these impact us. So today I'm shifting it up a little bit and today I want to talk about dreams. Okay, today we're going to talk about your dreams and whether or not you will be able to achieve your dreams, right? To see whether or not you have the capacity to achieve your dream. So we're going to talk about that in the context of, as I mentioned, I still am a John Maxwell certified coach, speaker, and trainer, right? And John has this great book. It's a great book. It's called, what is it called? It's called, What is Your Dream? No, it's not called Dream. Put Your Dreams to the Test. And today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to put your dreams to the test. And you'll be able to understand whether or not you're going to be able to achieve it in your lifetime, because we all have dreams, right? We all have dreams. We've dreamt since we were kids. And sometimes in the middle of the night when you're having that amazing dream, you're thinking to yourself, ooh, and you wake up and you want to remember that dream. So what I want to say to you is, ask you this. Will you actually do it? What odds are you giving yourself? 1 in 5? 1 in 100? And how can you tell whether your dream will always remain exactly that, a dream? How will you know? Now, with the right tools, a dream can be put to the test and it can pass. Now, what is a dream? And I hope you can see this. I hope you can see this. A dream, what is it? It's an inspiring picture of the future that energizes your mind, will, and emotions. It energizes your mind, your will, and emotions. Now, it empowers you to do everything that you can to achieve it. Now, as I said, we're not going to have enough time today to cover the entire dream test process, but here is what my commitment is to you. I will send you the remaining questions. Because when you do the work and you sit down with yourself, when you have time to sit with yourself and ask yourself some of these questions, you will begin to know whether or not your dream is a possibility. Today, we're going to cover 2 of the questions on how to test your dream. And I want you to say, the first thing we need to know is we need to cover the reasons people don't identify their dreams, okay? Now, in the book, Put Your Dreams to the Test, like I said, dreams, John Maxwell, who, if you don't know who John is, he is like the guru of leadership and management training. But let's face it, not everyone was encouraged to dream. Were you encouraged to dream? And others have dreams, but sometimes they put them aside. So to understand why some people don't achieve their dreams, we need to understand the 5 common reasons people have for not identifying their dream. Let's go over them. First is discouragement. Discouragement from dreaming by others. I call them dream crushers or idea killers. You know those people? They don't have any dreams of their own, but by God, they don't want to see anyone else succeed with their dreams either. Have you ever been around anyone like that? I have. Not only in my childhood, but as an adult in my working career. People would always ask me, why is it that you're doing this? Can't you settle for what you have? But I said, as I understood the path of personal growth and personal development, that there's so much more. And I had ambitions, just like we all have ambitions. Do you remember when you were in that playground, when you were a kid, and you were thinking about what you wanted to be when you grow up? What was it? An astronaut? Was it a fireman? Was it a policewoman or policeman? Police officer? I should probably be politically correct on that. But what was it? And did anyone ever tell you, oh, you can't do that. You're not smart enough. You're not good enough. You're too fat. You're not educated. Has anyone ever told you that? They did me. You're never going to make it to the next level because whatever the reason was. And so our dreams get crushed by others. And then the second reason our dreams get crushed is hindrance by past disappointments and hurts. Now, disappointment is actually the gap between expectation and reality. And what we know through all of the years of human study and psychology and development of the mind, that failure is the price we must pay for success. And haven't we all failed at something we've tried? I can't tell you how many diets I've been on. I failed, I tried, I failed, I tried, I failed, I tried. Or you went for a job and you didn't get it. That was really a disappointment. Or someone hurt you in a relationship, so you didn't think you were lovable. Has that ever happened? And here's the third thing: habit of settling for average. Now, when you have a dream, it requires you to stretch, right? To go beyond average. And you can't reach a dream and remain safely mediocre at the same time. Right? So settling for average. And we know tons and tons of people that settle for average. Just get a job. Just stay in the job forever. Don't have any ideas and ambitions of moving forward. So we begin to think that that's what we're supposed to do, settle for average. But we all know, because you're here, that there's so much more. And you know that you're so capable of more and that you truly desire more. And I'm here to say, don't let anyone crush your dreams. And then the fourth thing is the lack of confidence that we need to pursue our dreams. Now, it does take confidence to talk about a dream and even more to pursue it. And sometimes confidence separates the people who dream and pursue those dreams from those who don't. Now, let me give you an example. Like, I had a dream that I wanted to do coaching, right? I wanted to just do this coaching practice. And people were saying to me, you've got a great job. Why would you leave that job? And I started to think, well, maybe I'm not confident to do this. Maybe I should stay where I am too. And I thought, no, this is something that I really have dreamed about. And so what I did is I went out and I did all the studying. I went and looked at everyone that was doing I needed to go out and learn. What was it about? What could I do? How could I go and help others and inspire them to be better every day? And as I learned, guess what happened? My confidence grew. So don't let lack of confidence get in the way. And this next one, number 5, people lack the imagination to dream. Could you imagine what might have happened if Walt Disney hadn't used his imagination and he dared to be creative and dream? And imagination is the soil, it really is the soil that brings your dream to life. So no matter what our age or condition, there are so many untapped possibilities within us, and there's new beauty waiting to be born. It is never too late to dream. So let me give you another example. Let's take the master himself, the Colonel from Kentucky Fried Chicken. Do you realize how old he was when he started franchising his chicken business? 65. Or what about Ray Kroc, who at 52, he started the McDonald's and built a phenomenal enterprise. So age is not a factor, right? It's never too late to dream, my friends. It's never too late. So consider some of the things that we just discussed and where you might be struggling with your own dream. I want you to think about what it might take to propel you forward for the next steps of making those dreams come true. Now, in thinking, I want, again, to emphasize there are 10 steps, and we're going to dive into one of those now. The first one that we're going to talk in, or like I said, we only have time today to talk about 2, but I'll send you the rest of the questions. And I'm always available to help you on the journey, right? So one of the steps to testing your dream is ownership. Ownership. Are you living your dream or the dream someone else has for you? Have you ever heard this? And I have a great story on this. Have you ever heard, you should be a this, you should do this, you should be that, or I thought you should be this? Have you ever heard that from your parents, from your spouse, from your significant other, anyone? You should do this, you should do that. I have a great story on this because my mother was the queen of should do. Maria, you should to do this. Maria, you should to do that. Maria, you should to do this. So we all named her Mrs. Should to, because you should to do this and you should to do that. Now, God rest her soul, I love her to death. I mean, I miss her every day, but I thought about that should to, you should to, should to, should to. How many times have you should to someone? You know what you should do? Man, you should go down and get a job at the local factory. You should go, what? Come on, get real. Or how about you should play the piano? Or Maria, you should play the accordion. So what did we do? We did. Hey, I'm not a musician. Doesn't work for me. Now, let me just tell you, when the dream is right for the person and the person is right for the dream, you can't separate the two. Okay, so you got to dream. And for something to truly be your dream, you need to see the possibility it represents, and you need to own it. So ownership, own your dream, is the first vital step to fulfilling a dream. And I'm never going to let someone say, I'm never going to accept when someone says they're too old. They're not quick enough. They don't understand technology. I'm never going to let someone say that because there's so many opportunities. So what does it take? What does it take to take ownership of your dream? When I took my ownership of my dream, I had to put all the pieces in place. Put all the pieces in place. I had to, number one, I had to be willing to bet on myself. And for you, be willing to bet on yourself. You may succeed. You may succeed if nobody else believes in you. But I have to tell you, you will never succeed if you don't believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Number two, lead your life instead of accepting your life. Making the right decisions and managing those decisions daily. What is it that you want to do? The power of choice, that is the greatest power that a person possesses. That's the greatest power that we possess as individuals. We have a choice. I can choose to wake up in gratitude in the morning, or I can choose to wake up with dread in the morning. And we talked about, do we wake up with dread or do we wake up with excitement in the morning for what's ahead of us? Do we wake up with dread, excitement, and do we live our life with the choices? Because we have a choice every single day. So remember that, folks. The power of choice is the greatest power that you possess. And I know you've heard this 100 times, and I know you've heard it from Steve Jobs. Love what you do and do what you love. Successful people, those who see and seize their dreams, love what they do and they do what they love. They allow their passion and their talent to guide them. Why? Because talent, purpose, and potential always come hand in hand. Always come hand in hand. Number 4, don't compare yourself or your dream to others. When you compare yourself with those superior, what happens? Do we sometimes feel a little inferior? So when you stop comparing yourself to others and take a different approach, what can I learn from them? You feel empowered. You feel very much empowered. And success is doing the best that you can with what you have wherever you start in life. Wherever you start, you do the best with what you have. And here comes that believe word, number 5, is believe in your vision for the future, even when others don't understand you. You're not an accident, my friends. You're here for a reason. You're here for a reason. So ownership of your dream, you commit to your dream. Ask yourself this: what is my level of commitment on a scale of 1 to 10? On 1, it'd be nice to have, and 10 being, I lose sleep at night because I want it so badly. Okay? What would I do? What would you do if I had absolutely no limitations? Or what could I do, dang, if I knew I couldn't fail? The first step is to take ownership of your dream and to start moving forward. Start moving forward. Take the small steps. And I'm going to give you some statements. I had to get my notes on this one. The ownership question: is my dream really my dream? T.S. Eliot says, whatever you think, be sure it is what you think. Whatever you want, be sure that it is what you want. Whatever you feel, be sure that it is what you feel. So how do you know if your dream is really my dream? Say to yourself, I have 2 columns here. I'm going to read 2 different statements. When someone else owns your dream, it will not have the right fit. When you own your dream, it will feel right to you. When someone else owns your dream, it will be a weight on your shoulders. When you own your dream, that feels like wings to your spirit. When someone else owns your dream, it will suck your energy out of you. It'll drain your energy. When you own your dream, again, it is going to fire you up. And I want you to be fired up because you all have things that you want to do. When someone else owns your dream, it will take you out of your strength zone. And when you own your dream, it will take you out of your comfort zone. And so in order to really pursue the dreams that we want and the aspirations and the ambitions we have to move ourselves out of that comfortable zone into the uncomfortable. I always tell people, get comfortable being uncomfortable. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. When someone else owns your dream, it will be fulfilling to others. When you own your dream, it will be fulfilling to you. When someone else owns your dream, it will require others to make you do it. When you own your dream, you will feel you were made to do it. You will feel you were made to do it. I go back to my piano and accordion thing. I mean, I couldn't play the piano very well. I couldn't play the accordion very well, but I did it because it was a dream of someone else. But what I loved was sports. And if I don't want to do this, I want to play sports. That's who I am, right? That's what I wanted to, or I wanted to dance because I love the movement. I love dancing. So that you can feel the difference between someone else's dream and your own. So now I want to move to the second question we're going to focus on today that you'd have to ask yourself is, what cost is my dream? What cost is my dream? And I'm not talking about dollars and cents. I'm just talking, in general, there's a cost to your dream, and what cost am I willing to pay? Have you learned about sacrifice in other areas of your life? Absolutely, we all have. So here's some things on the cost question. Am I willing to pay the price? Remember, I want you to consider these things. The dream is free, but the journey isn't. At some point, you have to make a transition from a believer of your dream to the buyer of your dream. No dream becomes true without somebody paying for it. And it's like I said, it's not just dollars and cents. So the dream is free, but the journey isn't. Number two, the price must be paid sooner than you think. Dream believers are in abundance. Dream believers are in abundance. Dream buyers are rare. Number three, the price will be higher than you expect. Never once in my conversations with successful people have I heard getting to the top was so much easier than I had anticipated. I mean, we've heard the stories over and over again from top leaders and tops. It is so hard to do. But what's the price I'm willing to pay? And number four, the price must be paid more than once. You've heard the term, the expression, you got to give up to go up. And last question, last statement, it is possible to pay too much for your dream. If you ruin your health or sacrifice your family, even though you achieve your dream, you won't be able to enjoy it. So you have to say to yourself, what are the costs? Time with family and friends. Maybe instead of going to happy hour, you choose to go work toward your dream. Or instead of going to visit a friend, you want to go work toward your dream. We've all done it. We've all sacrificed our own time because maybe we were working, or maybe we turned something down that our family wanted us to do. There is a cost to it, right? And I know when I was working in corporate America, I was working so hard and I was commuting and it was tough. And guess what happened? At 39, I get diagnosed with breast cancer. Was that an eye-opener? Yes, it was. So that was a cost because I was pursuing a specific dream, right? Here's another type of cost: dealing with criticism from other people who matter. Everyone who pursues a dream is criticized. And you, my friends, you have to ignore it, right? Have you ever been to any kind of sporting event? And I know many of you out there are sports fans. I am too. And what does a professional athlete do? They have to get in the zone, right? They have to get in the zone, and they have to ignore all the boos and all the negativity coming out at them, right? We hear it all the time at every sporting event. So just know that if you're going to be pursuing your dream, you're going to get criticized. I got criticized. Why are you leaving that job? It's such a great job. Don't you just want to stay there until you retire? I said, retire? What is that? That's never going to happen. So here's the other thing. Pay the price of overcoming your fears. We know that dreams are outside of our comfort zone. Yes, 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 yes. Or we would already realize the dream. So leaving that comfort zone, as I said earlier, is the price that we have to pay to achieve that dream. And we got to pay the price of hard work. When it comes to success, there's not an escalator to ride. There's no, as I call, and I treat this, I'm going to do this very, there's no fairy dust that comes out of here. I'd like to throw this out at you, but I'm not going to do that. But there's no fairy dust. There's no magic wand. You have to work hard and smart to achieve your goals. So what is your dream worth? That's what you have to figure out if you are unsure of the cost question. So you need to count the cost. It's like, what is it that I really want to do? What is the cost? How much am I willing to give up? And what am I not willing to pay or not give up? Remember, you've got to make that decision for yourself. And think about this. The bigger the dream, the higher the cost. If you are unwilling to pay what it is likely to cost, you need to change your dream or change what you're willing to pay. Now, here's the things I want to go over with you, because I know I always like to honor our 30-minute time, 45-minute time. But here, I want to share with this with you. These are the 10 steps to conquer your dreams. The 10 steps to conquer your dreams. There's ownership. I want to make sure that you can see this okay. There's ownership, clarity, reality, passion, pathway, people, cost, tenacity, fulfillment, and significance. Like I said, today we covered ownership and cost. So what my commitment to you is I am going to email you after this event the remaining questions that you need to put to your own test about creating your dreams. This is something so magnificent out there. And many of us, I was telling someone the other day, I said, I think I'm in my 6th or 7th career. And who knows what I will do next? But it will always have something to do with personal growth and personal development, because my commitment is whatever I learn out there, my purpose in life is to share that knowledge and that education, because it has made such a significant impact in my life. It has made such a significant impact for my family, for my friends. And I just believe we have a responsibility to make this entire world a better place of more positivity. And instead of discouraging people, is to encourage them to be better, to do more, and then they can share more. And I'm hoping that resonates with some of you. Now, I'm going to send this to you, but I know I'm at my time limit, right? Because I always say 30 to 45 minutes. And I always open up if you guys have any questions or you have any comments that you want to put, or if you say, Maria, that was crazy. Or Maria, I want to hear maybe next week or the week after, could you talk about a specific subject? Share, send me a text message, send me an email, put me on Facebook, say, Maria, talk about this, talk about that. I got a million of these subjects, baby. What do you want to talk about? confidence, productivity, courage. What do you want to talk? Resilience, routines, schedules. What is it that you would love to hear about that I could bring you some knowledge that I've gleaned over the years from my years of studying personal growth and personal development? So with that, I want to say, as always, stay focused, stay positive, always have fun, have a magnificent Friday. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you immensely. And I trust that you've received some value out of this today, because I do want you to pursue your dreams, but know the questions to ask yourself if your dream will become a reality. So thanks for joining today, and I will speak to you all soon, I hope.